Stop for just a moment, because what you are about to hear may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you love your grandchildren deeply. After 65, many grandparents find themselves standing in a quiet emotional trap. They adore the children. They want to help their adult sons and daughters. They remember how hard parenting was. They want to be useful, needed, and close to the family. So when the phone rings and someone asks, "Can you watch the kids today?" they say yes. Then yes becomes this weekend. This weekend becomes every week. Every week becomes an expectation. And slowly, what began as love begins to feel like labor that nobody names, appreciates, or measures honestly. This is not a message against grandchildren. It is not a call to become cold, selfish, distant, or unavailable. Grandchildren can bring laughter into a quiet house, softness into an aging heart, and a beautiful reminder that life continues beyond your own generation. Many grandparents would say some of their happiest moments happen when a small hand reaches for theirs or a young voice calls their name. But love becomes painful when it is taken for granted. Help becomes unhealthy when it is assumed. And family closeness becomes unfair when one person's final years are silently turned into someone else's childcare plan. The painful truth is that many grandparents after 65 are not babysitting occasionally. They are raising children again without admitting it. They are waking early, preparing meals, driving to school, managing homework, breaking up arguments, cleaning messes, giving baths, watching sick children, giving up appointments, delaying rest, canceling plans, and carrying the emotional weight of little lives at an age when their own body is asking for more gentleness. They tell themselves, "This is what family does." But somewhere beneath the love, fatigue begins to gather. Resentment appears, then guilt for feeling resentment. And the heart becomes divided between devotion and exhaustion. Stoic wisdom asks us to look at reality without decoration. So let us speak honestly. After 65, your energy is not the same resource it once was. You may still be strong, sharp, loving, and capable, but capability does not mean unlimited availability. A candle can still burn brightly and still be consumed if no one protects the flame. Many grandparents ignore this because they fear disappointing their children. They fear being called selfish. They fear losing access to the grandchildren. They fear that saying no will make them seem less loving. But a love that can only survive your total sacrifice is not love being honored. It is dependence being protected. One reason you should stop regular babysitting after 65 is that it can quietly steal the rest you have earned. Rest is not laziness. It is not weakness. It is not proof that age has defeated you. Rest is the body collecting itself after decades of labor, parenting, worry, grief, service, and responsibility. When adult children were young, your life may have been organized around everyone else's needs. You rose when others needed breakfast. You worked when bills had to be paid. You worried when someone was sick. You carried burdens silently because that was the season you were in. But every season has its purpose. The later years are not meant to become a repeat of the same exhaustion unless you freely choose it with balance. If babysitting leaves you so tired that you cannot enjoy your evening, if it makes your body ache, if it interrupts your sleep, if it causes stress before the children even arrive, then your body is telling the truth your mouth keeps avoiding. Many seniors say, "I can manage," when what they mean is, "I am afraid to say I cannot." But wisdom does not pretend. Wisdom listens. Your body is not being dramatic. It has carried you for a long time. If it now asks for quieter mornings, shorter commitments, slower routines, and fewer chaotic hours, then honoring that request is not betrayal. It is gratitude. Another reason to stop is that constant babysitting can damage your relationship with your adult children. This may sound strange, because helping often seems like it should bring everyone closer. But when help becomes expected, appreciation often becomes smaller. What was once a favor becomes a duty. What was once thank you becomes why not. The adult child may begin planning your time before asking you. They may become irritated when you are unavailable. They may assume retirement means emptiness. They may forget that your calendar still belongs to you, even if it has fewer work obligations. The more you give without limits, the easier it becomes for others to forget that you are giving anything at all. This is how quiet resentment enters families. You resent being taken for granted. They resent your sudden boundaries because they built their routine around your silence. You feel used. They feel abandoned. And beneath both reactions is the same missing thing: honest communication. It is better to set a boundary early than to wait until exhaustion turns your voice sharp. It is better to say, "I can help one afternoon a week," than to say yes for 2 years and finally explode. Boundaries protect love from becoming bitterness. They do not destroy the family. They prevent hidden anger from poisoning it. There is also the difficult truth that children need their parents to parent. Grandparents can support, guide, comfort, and help, but they cannot become the permanent replacement for parental responsibility. When adult children know you will always step in, they may postpone arranging proper childcare, adjusting their schedules, sharing duties with a partner, budgeting differently, or facing the true weight of their choices. Your constant availability may feel compassionate, but it can accidentally prevent maturity. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is allow grown children to solve grown problems. This does not mean leaving them helpless in real emergencies. Life happens. Illness comes. Jobs become difficult. Single parents may need genuine support. Families should help one another. But emergency help is different from becoming the plan. Occasional care is different from unpaid labor. Love offered freely is different from obligation disguised as family loyalty. If your adult children cannot function unless your life bends around theirs, then something is out of order. Your role should be support, not silent replacement. Another hidden cost is the loss of your own identity. Many grandparents become so consumed by childcare that they stop living their own later life. They stop meeting friends. They stop walking in the morning. They stop attending appointments on time. They stop exploring hobbies. They stop resting without guilt. They stop taking trips. They stop sitting in quiet. Their days revolve around school times, snacks, naps, cartoons, laundry, and pickups. And because grandchildren are precious, they feel guilty for admitting they miss themselves. But missing yourself is not a sin. It is a signal. After 65, you still have a life to live. Not a leftover life. Not a waiting room. A real life. There are books still unread, prayers still unspoken, memories still unwritten, friendships still possible, gardens still waiting, skills still learnable, places still worth seeing, and peaceful mornings still belonging to you. If every spare hour is taken by childcare, when do you belong to yourself? When do you hear your own thoughts? When do you heal from the years behind you? When do you discover who you are when you are not serving someone else? Many grandparents secretly use babysitting to feel needed. This must be said gently, because it comes from love and loneliness. After retirement, after children leave, after a spouse dies or friends become distant, the arrival of grandchildren can restore a feeling of purpose. Suddenly someone needs you again. Someone runs to you. Someone laughs at your stories. Someone depends on your hands. This can be beautiful, but it can also become dangerous if your entire sense of worth becomes tied to being needed. Being needed is not the same as being valued. And being valued should not require exhaustion. If you only feel important when you are sacrificing, then family may praise your sacrifice while never asking whether you are okay. Stoic wisdom teaches that your value does not depend on constant usefulness. You mattered before you babysat. You matter when you rest. You matter when you say no. You matter when your house is quiet. You matter even when nobody needs a ride, a meal, money, advice, or supervision. Your soul must learn this, or you may keep trading your peace for the temporary comfort of being necessary. Another reason to step back is that constant babysitting can create unfair emotional pressure with the grandchildren themselves. Children are innocent, but they become part of the pattern adults create around them. If they are with you too often because parents are always working, distracted, or unavailable, you may begin to carry responsibilities you cannot fully control. Discipline becomes confusing. Rules differ between houses. You may be blamed for being too strict or too soft. You may worry about safety, school, food, screens, manners, and habits, but not have the authority to make lasting decisions. You carry the stress without holding the final power. This is a painful position for a grandparent. You love the child enough to worry deeply, but you may not be allowed to guide fully. You are expected to supervise, but not decide. To correct, but not offend. To provide, but not interfere. To be available, but not have opinions. Over time, this can make your role emotionally exhausting. A grandparent should be a source of warmth, wisdom, and special connection. If you become the tired substitute parent, the sweetness of that bond can become buried beneath daily conflict and responsibility. There is also the matter of safety. After 65, even capable seniors must be honest about what childcare requires. Young children can move quickly. They climb, run, fall, choke, fight, wander, open doors, touch dangerous things, and demand constant attention. Babies need lifting, bending, carrying, changing, and night care. Toddlers require speed. Older children may bring emotional challenges, technology issues, and conflicts you are expected to handle. If your balance, hearing, vision, stamina, or health is changing, pretending nothing has changed can put both you and the child in a difficult position. A wise person does not wait for one frightening incident before making changes. Wisdom sees the possibility and prepares. Maybe you can watch children in shorter periods. Maybe only when another adult is nearby. Maybe not overnight. Maybe not when they are sick. Maybe not more than once a week. Maybe not babies or toddlers anymore. Maybe you can visit as a grandparent instead of supervise as the main caregiver. Adjusting your role is not failure. It is honesty shaped into protection. Now, some adult children may not understand this immediately. They may say, "But you love them." This is where your boundary must become calm rather than defensive. You do not need to prove that you love your grandchildren. Love is not measured by how many hours you babysit. Love is measured by presence, patience, wisdom, and the quality of the relationship you preserve. You can say, "I love them deeply, and I want to enjoy them as their grandparent, not become exhausted as their regular caregiver." You can say, "I can help in true emergencies, but I cannot be the weekly childcare plan anymore." You can say, "I need my mornings for health and rest." You can say, "I will take them for lunch on Sundays, but I cannot do full days." Keep it simple. Do not build a long courtroom around your no. People who respect you will adapt. People who only valued your availability may reveal themselves. This is one of the hardest truths of later life. Boundaries reveal relationships. When you stop giving unlimited help, some people will appreciate what you already gave. Others will punish you for no longer being easy to use. This revelation may hurt, but it is also clarity. Your love should not be held hostage by access to your time. Your relationship with your grandchildren should not depend on whether you function as unpaid labor. Adult children who truly respect you may feel stressed at first, but eventually they will understand. If they never understand, that tells you the boundary was necessary. There is a better way to love grandchildren after 65. Instead of being always available, become intentionally present. Do not give them every day if it destroys you. Give them moments they can remember. A slow walk. A story from your childhood. A simple recipe cooked together. A birthday card written in your handwriting. A short visit filled with attention. A lesson about patience, kindness, money, prayer, nature, history, or family. Children do not only need supervision. They need roots. They need memories. They need elders who are peaceful enough to be tender, not so exhausted that love becomes impatience. A tired grandparent may keep children alive for the day. A peaceful grandparent can give them something deeper. A sense of belonging. A connection to the past. A model of calm aging. A witness to values that the modern world often forgets. But to offer this, you need your own spirit intact. You cannot pour deep wisdom from a nervous system that is constantly overwhelmed. You cannot offer warmth if every visit feels like another shift of work. Protecting your energy is not only for you. It protects the quality of what you give. If you are already trapped in constant babysitting, begin slowly but firmly. Do not wait for permission to need rest. Choose what you can realistically offer without resentment. Write it down. Speak kindly. Give notice if possible. Help your adult children transition, but do not let transition become another endless delay. Say, beginning next month, I can only help on Tuesdays until 2. Or, I cannot do school pickups anymore. Or, I am no longer able to watch them overnight. The exact boundary depends on your life, but the principle is the same. Your time must return to your hands. Expect discomfort. A new boundary often feels wrong at first because the old pattern trained everyone to expect your sacrifice. But discomfort is not proof that the boundary is bad. It is proof that the system is adjusting. Stay calm. Do not attack. Do not accuse. Do not list every unappreciated favor from the past unless truly necessary. Speak from the present. I love you. I love the children. I cannot continue this schedule. That sentence may be enough. And if guilt rises, meet it with truth. Did I raise my children? Did I work, serve, sacrifice, and carry responsibility for decades? Do I still love my family even when I cannot give them unlimited labor? Is my health allowed to matter? Is my peace allowed to matter? If someone else described my situation, would I tell them to keep exhausting themselves forever? Often the kindness you would offer another person is the kindness you have denied yourself. Here at Stoic Beacon, we believe that age should not be used as an excuse to disappear, but it also should not be exploited as free availability. After 65, your life deserves rhythm, dignity, rest, and choice. You can be a loving grandparent without being a full-time caregiver. You can support your family without surrendering your remaining years. You can help in emergencies without becoming the emergency plan. You can love the children more deeply by creating a relationship based on joy rather than obligation. The world may tell grandparents that sacrifice is the purest form of love. But wisdom says love without balance becomes depletion. A garden cannot grow if the soil is never allowed to recover. A heart cannot keep giving tenderness if it is never allowed to rest. A grandparent cannot remain a source of peace if everyone treats their peace as expendable. The older you become, the more sacred your energy becomes. Spend it carefully. Give it where it creates life, not where it disappears into entitlement. One day, your grandchildren may not remember how many hours you babysat. They may remember how they felt around you. Did you seem calm or resentful? Did your home feel peaceful or tired? Did you listen? Did you tell stories? Did you laugh? Did you teach them that love includes respect? Did you show them that elders have boundaries and dignity? By protecting yourself, you may teach them one of the most important lessons they will ever learn. That loving someone does not mean losing yourself. So if you are over 65 and babysitting has taken over your life, pause. Look honestly. Is this arrangement still healthy? Is it freely chosen? Is it appreciated? Is it safe? Is it balanced? Does it leave room for your health, your rest, your friendships, your appointments, your quiet, your remaining dreams? If the answer is no, then something must change. Not because you love less, but because wisdom has finally asked love to stand beside self-respect. You are allowed to enjoy your grandchildren without raising another generation. You are allowed to say no to exhaustion. You are allowed to protect your mornings, your evenings, your body, and your peace. You are allowed to become more than the person people call when their plans fall apart. Your final years are not a storage room for everyone else's responsibilities. They are still your years. They are still alive with meaning, choice, and quiet possibility. Thank you for spending this time with Stoic Beacon. May your love for your grandchildren remain warm, but may your boundaries become clear. May your adult children learn to respect your time, not merely use it. May your home become a place of peace rather than silent obligation. And may you remember that the best gift you can give the next generation is not endless sacrifice, but the example of a life where love, wisdom, dignity, and self-respect can all sit at the same table.